What's up, you guys? This is your boy Red, back at it again with the fifth part of the Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough. Um, so last time we wrapped up the hero side story. In this part, we're gonna start the dark side story. So we're on Prison Island, and this is probably in terms of just like being a badass and just being cool. This is probably the coolest character in the game, Dr. Eggman. So yeah, so the Dark Side story stars none other than Eggman himself. Um, in addition to Shadow and Rouge, but I always consider Eggman like the main character of this light side of the game. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Eggman is really Sonic's enemy, not Shadow necessarily. I mean, yeah, Shadow becomes like his rival, but like at the end of the day, it's still like Sonic versus Eggman though. Um, so yeah, I think the main difference between Eggman and Tails is literally just the character. I think this just makes a lot more sense for like Eggman, especially considering that this whole gameplay style is um from Gamma from Adventure One, who was a badnik made by Eggman. So I think it's really fitting to have him be a playable character. Um, and honestly, I don't know what it is. I think because it's just like all the flack that I give Tails kind of goes out the window when I'm playing Eggman. I think that's because Eggman stages are just they are just better. I'm gonna say that they are very much better because, like I said, like previously, I think that I don't even think that Tails and Rouge. I don't even think they were like really. They weren't. Not, I'm not gonna say they weren't meant to be playable, but I think they were added like late in the game. I think development with this game mainly started out with Sonic, Knuckles, Eggman, with some shadow, like with the shadow stuff. I don't even think they were planning on having Tails be playable. And this is the cutscene where we meet our second hedgehog. Well, really third. Maria. Oh, Mariato. Okay. Okay. I don't think we really see the Egg Walker after this game, do we? I don't think so. Nah, you know that's not Sonic. It didn't take Eggman that long to realize, but he does have like an extremely high IQ, I guess. I guess that's the explanation of why Eggman catches on quickly, but not the people of America. And our first time playing in Shadow is actually a boss fight. And this is about the same as the Sonic fight. Oh my, ouch. Except this one is, I think he flies a little bit more than Bigfoot. Yeah, because the one you fight, I think the one you fight with Sonic is called Bigfoot. I forget what the name of the one Rouge fights. Oh my god, do y'all see that? Mm. This game has been very well made. Nah, it has though. I don't know what happened right there though. I never really like run into like glitches or anything right there. I be feeling like when I'm recording games, stuff would be end up happening that wouldn't happen if I wasn't recording, and vice versa. Oh my god, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Yeah, I think this is what I don't think the Sonic. I don't think the boss you fight against Sonic does that, or does he? There's something different about this one and the Sonic one because I swear the Sonic one is usually over with by now. And we have the B plot again. Once again, it's this. Like I said before, I don't really know what is going on in this side of the story other than just Eggman comes, Knuckles right the Emerald, and now we just have to find the shards. Pretty much similar to Sonic Adventure 1, which I forget. Does Knuckles break the, I don't think Knuckles breaks the Emerald himself in Adventure 1, or does he? Same concept though, because Chaos comes and fucks with him. Now Eggman's coming to fuck with him. Emerald breaks. Now I gotta go find the Emerald shards. And then Rouge has whatever she has going on with like the gun stuff, which they'll get into later. Well, barely. And here is our second character, Rouge. Um, yeah, so she's our second treasure hunting character, and I'm gonna be honest, Rouge is cool, but I don't think I've ever just been like a big like Rouge character fan. Like, I definitely think she like balances out the cast a little bit. when you look at like characters like Amy and Cream, I feel like characters like Rouge balances like that out a little bit. She's kind of more of like a like would you consider her more like a tomboy? Maybe not a tomboy, but I think Rouge is supposed to give off like slightly older, like teenager type or like young adult. Like if Cream is supposed to give off like little kid, Amy gives off teenager. Rouge definitely gives off like older, slightly. But yeah, this is Dry Lagoon. This is pretty much Wild Canyon. Um, Act Two. It looks good. It's the same concept, honestly. You have like these two different sections, but instead of just having instant access to both areas at the same time, this time you have to switch back and forth between this turtle that takes you back and forth. And I think the music here is really good, actually. I can't even cap. And that was that. That was that stage. um, yeah. I think one thing about this game is I feel like once you play one side of the story, the other side kind of just like comes and goes. Meaning like you don't necessarily see like new things, honestly, other than like the cutscenes that are like done strictly from like the dark hero, like the not dark heroes, the dark side characters. Like you see their perspective a little bit, but like when you have cutscenes where they include like the hero characters, those are pretty much gonna be the same. The stages, while of course there are different stages, they use the same like the same assets and stuff from all the stages previously. So Tails' egg base is Eggman Sand Ocean, which is okay. Of course, this is 2001. We still need to save on space and stuff. Nothing wrong with that. I remember like really being annoyed by this stage when I was younger though. Cause if you like really, cause like they pump up Shadow so hard, like they hype Shadow so hard, and it's like, dang, we playing a second Eggman stage before we even play Shadow. Like if you really playing like the hero story, then the dark side story, it takes a minute to even get to playing Shadow. What's up, y'all? This is your boy Red from another time. So, I had something come up, and I end up having to like end my recording. So, I'm just letting y'all know that like after this part, that this is gonna be like from a separate day. So yeah, just keep watching the video, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Ciao. And I'm back. So, like, kind of, I think the last things I was touching upon was like Shadow a little bit. So, yeah, if you're like playing this game like from the start to finish, like I guess in quote unquote the intended order, it takes a minute to like get to Shadow. And I think one of the like something that they really could have just done was just let us play as every character in every stage. Not like different types, maybe not mix and match the types, but I think we should have at least been able to play as Sonic and Shadow in Speed stages, and Tails and Eggman in all their stages, and so on. But what would have been like extremely cool was if you could play like all of the characters, like all the two-player characters included in every stage. I don't know why they didn't decide to just go ahead and like do that. I guess to make the two-player more unique though. But the more I think about that, I know that is like extremely cool, and I'm pretty sure that they're like, of course you can mod like the PC version, but yeah, and I actually think it's some mods out now that let you do exactly what I was like just saying. But of course, the fans are gonna do what Sega doesn't. Of course. And it's kind of ironic because this stage is ironic because this is like Eggman's base, but I guess it's being like taken over by Gun. Or is this not? Now I'm really thinking about it, is this Eggman's base or is this like or is this Gerald Robotnik's? I think it's supposed to be Eggman's base though. It's just kind of ironic that we have to like go through all these like enemies and stuff to get to our own base. And we gotta be ranked. One thing about this game that not a lot of other games I don't even think have, but at the results screen, it'll show you like exactly how many rings was in the stage, like exactly how many you missed and whatnot. I don't. I've never really just thought to just try to get every ring in every stage. I've probably done it a couple times in like some speed stages, but I'm not sure you even get like anything special from that.
保管されていた宝石カオスエメラルドが強奪されるという事件が発生いたしました。また目撃者の証言による
And
と
now we
犯人は
segue
数々の事件
into
から世界を救った英雄ソニック・ザ・ヘッジホッグではないかと
probably
推
the
測
most
されています。
anticipated part of the game.
犯人は軍のガードロボットを次々と破壊し現在も逃亡を続けています。
Of course. Now this is just the like in terms of everyone thinking Sonic is Shadow. I feel like this is the craziest instance of that because he's literally on like y'all literally have him recorded on the news. Like there's no one that's letting y'all know that is not Sonic.
私の代わりにいつか必ず
And yes, Maria is a Barbie doll, just like the president's secretary. Revenge. And then I just tried to dub it in English myself. That's what he says though. Pretty sure y'all know that though. If y'all played this before. So this is I guess like the main event of like the whole game, Shadow the Hedgehog people. And this is his first stage ever. And I'd say that I'd say this is a pretty good like introduction to like Shadow and who he is and his character. Even though I guess we've technically been like introduced to him already, well like the boss fight and stuff. But in terms of like stages, I think this is like a really cool, like iconic stage. Like when we think of like Sonic, of course we think of like Green Hill Zone 2, and like Sea Escape, Coast, stuff like that. I feel like Shadow and Radical Highway are pretty much just like, I think that's like a similar like connection, like in terms of like how well they complement each other. Cause Shadow gives off more like, of course, like cool, urban, like just more chill. So I think it's really cool that his first stage is like, you know, San Francisco at night. Now, one thing I don't like about this stage is the exact same reason why I didn't like Mission Street as much. Like visually, I don't like that we're literally on the highway just floating in the sky. Like I wish there were just some more things like around. Like they have like some different buildings in the background. This 3D model, but I just would have. Hmm, at least have the like illusion that we're not like going on, you know, this narrow path. But really, it's not much to the stage. It's pretty much like another like first stage. Cause I guess with us having like the option to choose between like hero and then dark side, I guess they wanted to make like the beginning of both sides equally, you know, kind of fair. Even though, like I kind of touched on, there really isn't a lot of challenging levels for real, other than like crazy gadget.
よし。
Boom, and we got an A. Okay, shouts out to the 21 emblems. And what is next? Oh, a cutscene.
何？
Do y'all remember this? Deja vu. The fact that I don't even think Shadow has like pupils in that last shot.
あれはカオスエメラルド。なるほど読めた。これはお前
So this is where the this is well yeah, this is when you really like are like dang, like the cutscenes are kind of like the same. When it comes to like the hero side characters interacting with the dark side characters, or vice versa, however you want to say it, those all of those cutscenes are like almost the exact same, if not the exact same. I don't think. I think this is literally the exact same cutscene from the hero side story.
カオスエメラルドを使わ
I
ず
just
こ
wish
の
that
ゲームを唯一にして究極の戦
in instances like this, I just wish they would have left like a little bit, maybe like a couple seconds in the beginning or end, just to show a little bit more of that specific character that you're playing. Which was something that I wish that they done in Sonic Adventure. Which is why it's a little bit disappointing that they didn't like improve upon on that. But you know, it's still a cool cutscene. And now we're here in Egg Quarters. And I I told y'all that I wasn't really a fan of, what was it? Egg Chambers. That was Knuckles stage. So that was probably my least favorite treasure hunting stage, sadly, because my boy Knuckles, you know, we love him. But this is this goes right with that stage too. This is just as bad, honestly. The only reason why not really is because it's pretty much the same stage as Egg Chambers. It just doesn't have like, it just doesn't lock you in. It doesn't lock you in, you know, confined areas, basically. But I guess the gimmick of like this stage, instead of having, to go through the hieroglyphics, they have like those beetles. I think they're called egg beetles. I think Eggman made them. So yeah, basically you just don't get too close to them. And even if you do get hit by them, I mean, it isn't like an instant death or nothing. And there's plenty rings, so yeah. Like, see, like here you just have the like you just go through the hallways and stuff. Like this stage just it feels much smaller, even though it's probably about the same size as egg chambers. Cause see, this is almost going on 2 minutes. Egg chambers took like how long in the playthrough? Like 4 or 5 minutes. And this key was like confusing the hell out of me. Cause it's like I'm walking around. Okay, yeah, right there. Mm, I wouldn't say sometimes that when the actual emerald placement can either be like, you know, it could be clever sometimes. Really, the hard mode versions of the stages, now those are cleverly like hid away. But I say like the regular stages, like regular missions, it's pretty random. Like it's pretty random where the emerald could be, or in this case, like the keys. And I say that as in like they can be in like in your face, but and you won't even like realize it until like a couple minutes after, or like just walking around. Like right here, like this room isn't big, but for whatever reason, I'm just having like the hardest time finding it, and it's right there, and I was already on there. And fun fact for y'all who never played the Dreamcast version, like the red exclamation point that lets you know that you're like really getting close, that is not there in the Dreamcast version. So once it's red, that's just your cue to like start digging or like looking some more. Which, dang, that I feel like that is messed up. Now I haven't played the Dreamcast version too much, but I do remember that that was like not there.
これ50年以上も昔に封印された
Which is crazy to really think about because the exclamation point, I mean, of course it lets you know that you're closer than just the red signal by itself. But like it's been instances where like the red exclamation point is up there and I'm still like digging like back and forth trying to find exactly where it is. So just even having to imagine playing the whole game just like without that, it's kind of crazy. Another thing that's kind of different on the Dreamcast version is this stage. This is um. I was just looking at this. I done forgot the name of this stage. Lost Colony. Yep, Lost Colony. Um, but yeah, it looks kind of. I guess it doesn't look like that bad on the recording, but I feel like in the Dreamcast version, this stage has way better lighting. Like it's supposed to be dark, but but there are like elements in the background that like light up, and when you hit enemies, you get a little bit of light. It's kind of hard to just like explain exactly like how it looks visually. It's just one of those things you just have to see, like on the TV, it's like on the actual like CRT. But it's just like the lighting is just It's just slightly different. Slightly better in the Dreamcast version, honestly. Sonic Adventure was Sonic Adventure 1 was the same way. Except Sonic Adventure looks way better on Dreamcast than on GameCube. Which is a shame because Sonic Adventure came out on GameCube way after Sonic Adventure 2 did. But I think this game was already so Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was released not even like a full year. Like I don't even think, if I'm not mistaken, Sonic Adventure 2 released in like the summertime of like 2001 in Japan, and Battle came out in Japan in like December of that same year. So in terms of like the visual differences and like different things, like you know, it really isn't like a lot of stuff that's different in terms of like Adventure 2 and then Battle, which is ironic because Sonic Adventure 1 is like the complete opposite. Because DX came out, how long? I think DX came out after Heroes, actually. And we probably get to that eventually. Not DX, but Sonic Adventure. DX was crazy. Crazy. Even though it was the version of the game I kind of grew up playing the most. But yeah, okay, back to Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, so we got the hover just like Tails. And I think this makes the Egg Walker look a little bit better. I just kinda like the more meat on the legs versus, little skinny beanies. And then it adds like some color.
楽勝じゃ
And was that was the part actually, because like I said, I'm not doing the Chow Garden, so yeah. Actually, I might end up doing like a Chow Garden like showcase, but I'm not going to play like the whole Chow Garden just for this playthrough. Nah, I have another save file that I can showcase some things from the Chow Garden, but yeah. But anyways, it's your boy Red. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Ciao.